Hello and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we are taking a look at the current gen version of GTA 5 on the PlayStation 5. And I'm comparing it to the last gen version on the Xbox Series S. I know it's not a fair comparison, but the focus of this video is not to compare the performance on the two consoles, but rather the two versions. So let's see how the current gen version differs from the last gen version, and is it really a significant difference? Now, before I begin, I'm not a technical person, so this is not a technical analysis or a technical review. I'm simply sharing my personal thoughts and experience with you lovely folks after playing this on my PlayStation 5. And I would also love to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Now, a lot of these scenes have been cut or edited mid-sequence to match the scenes from both the consoles. So it's not a glitch, it's not a skipping of the frames or anything like that. Just thought I would let you know about that as well. Now, in a blog post, Rockstar Games confirmed that both the story mode and the online mode feature new graphics modes with up to 4K resolution, up to 60 frames per second texture, and draw distance upgrades, HDR options, and ray tracing, as well as offering the technical advancements of the latest console generation with faster loading times, immersive 3D audio, platform-specific features like advanced haptic feedback, and much, much more. To start off with, I can confirm that there is a massive improvement in the load times. The current gen version takes advantage of the latest hardware and architecture to improve those wait times significantly. Also, if you have played the game before on your PlayStation 4 or on the Xbox One, then you can transfer your progress from the last gen version to the current gen version. So this should give you peace of mind knowing that you don't have to play the game from the beginning and go through all that you went through again. Now, there are 3 graphics mode that you can choose from on the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and on the Series S you get 2 graphical options. So let's go through these modes. Now, the first mode is Fidelity Mode, which is tuned for the highest visual fidelity. Now, in this mode, PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X will let you have native 4K resolution. It will also allow you to have ray tracing along with 30 FPS. Now, that's the trade-off. So you do get 4K resolution, but instead of 60 FPS, you only get 30 FPS, while Xbox Series S players get the same. That means a fidelity mode, but with an upscaled 4K resolution. So it's not a native 4K resolution. And if I just show you, how the 30 FPS, 60 FPS makes a difference, then you can see in this slow-mo shot as to how smooth the 60 FPS looks. Now, I'm playing this on the performance ray tracing mode, so this is not the fidelity mode, just for your reference. Which brings me to the next mode, which is the performance mode. Now, the performance mode is for those looking for the most responsive gameplay experience, meaning it targets 60 FPS with support for an upscaled 4K resolution on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And on the Series S, you get 1080p resolution, but hey, you still get 60 FPS on the Xbox Series S, which is incredible given the fact that hey, it's such a tiny little device and it's only $300. Now, finally, apart from the fidelity and the performance mode, you get a mode called Performance RT mode. Now, I believe RT stands for ray tracing in this case. So the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, they get this additional Performance RT mode. So what mode exactly is this? Now, this is a hybrid of the performance and the fidelity modes, supporting upscaled 4K resolution. So please note, it's an upscaled 4K resolution, not native 4K, with ray tracing enabled, and it still targets 60 FPS. Now, I found myself playing this game on this version, as I personally believe it maintains a fine balance between both the fidelity and the performance mode. Not only does it look much sharper than the last gen version, but it also benefits from that smooth 60 FPS. And this is definitely the mode that I would recommend, and therefore this entire video is actually only on the performance RT mode on the PlayStation 5. If you want me to make a comparison between the fidelity and the performance RT mode, do leave that in the comments section, and if I get a lot of requests, I'll be very happy to make a comparison video of all these 3 different modes on the PlayStation 5. So GTA 5 on the PlayStation 5 and on the Xbox Series X, they also include a lot of improvements overall. I would say across the board improvements. Now, I've already spoken about the faster loading times, but apart from the loading times, you also have increased population, you have a lot of variety in the traffic, you have increased vegetation density, supposedly. Now, the lighting also is, according to them, supposed to be much better. So there is improved lighting quality and improved shadows quality, the water reflections, and even the other elements. So in a nutshell, the PlayStation 5 and the Series X version benefits more in comparison to the Series S version. Plus, it also has improved anti-aliasing, improved motion blur, and I don't know if you noticed the opening sequence where there was this explosion, but the explosions look definitely better. The smoke from the explosion looks better. The fire looks definitely better. So there is a lot of improvement across the board with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Now, in case you're wondering, why are you leaving the Series S? Well, it's not me, it's just the developers choose to go along with these upgrades in this fashion. What I found out is developers generally like playing it safe when it comes to the Series S. So when I was making a video on Resident Evil Village, I realized that when I was playing it on my Series S, there were a lot of frame drops, especially when I was playing them on the fidelity mode. So I can understand why the developers choose to go along with a safe mode on the Series S. But hey, you still get those performance and graphic options on the Series S as well. So at least that's there, and you have to be appreciative of that. Now, I played this on my PlayStation 5, and on the PlayStation 5, you'll find that the game makes use of the console's DualSense controller as well. So you've got new levels of responsiveness with haptic feedback, dynamic resistance via the adaptive triggers. Now, this means that the controllers, they react according to the weather effects. There's directional damage as well. And even if you're traveling around rough surfaces on a vehicle, you'd be able to feel that on your controller. Heck, you can even hear the phone's ringtone or dial tones on the DualSense controllers. So it's small details like that which heighten your immersive experience. Now, I understand that there's still no confirmed date on the release of GTA 6. So GTA 5 currently seems to be a great option for people who want to experience the GTA world on your current gen consoles. Now, I know what you're thinking, that hey, it's not a fair comparison, but I mentioned right at the start of this video that I'm only comparing the different versions when it comes to this game. So it's not exactly the comparison of the current gen version on the Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5. Hey, if you want to see a comparison like that, do let me know in the comment section, and again, based on the number of requests I get, I'll be very happy to make that comparison for you as well. But as you can see, overall what I found out was the lighting is completely different when it comes to the PlayStation 5 version, the current gen version, that is. Let me not say PlayStation 5 version, but the current gen version. And this is clearly evident in the shadows especially. So if you've seen this video, first of all, I would recommend that you watch this video on a big screen, not on your mobile phone or on your tablets, because on a big screen, you will be able to make out those differences. Now, the last gen version, surprisingly, did not look that bad when I was playing it. And while I'm doing the side-by-side comparison, I realized that actually it's not that bad. But the lighting and the shadows, they have, in my personal opinion, the most significant difference, and you will be able to figure that out. And in some scenes more than the other, this is clearly evident. Even the reflections on the vehicles, it's comparatively way better in the current gen version, and I think that is because of the ray tracing that comes along in the current gen option. So again, it's not much of a difference. I thought that there would be more of a difference. Do let me know what you think about this as well. When I made this video side by side, I was actually looking forward to more differences, but I guess, hey, it is what it is. Now take a look at the shadows in this scene, for instance. The shadows are completely different, and that is because of the lighting, basically. All right, but hey, if you have liked the content, then do hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more gaming content. And also hit that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Now it's a wrap for this one, folks, and I will see you lovely folks in my next video. Until that time, I'll say take care, stay safe, happy gaming, and may God bless you all.